Avu, a very good morning to you. Of course, we know that in and around the city of Tshwane, there's a lot of developments, and one of those nodes that has been expanding rapidly is in the Menlyn area, as an example.
Well, it certainly is. If we're talking about the future of cities, Bradan, Menlyn Main is certainly an example of that. The modern-day architecture here is absolutely mind-blowing. I understand the developments were only approved back in 2012, but just to get more insight and on what people can expect if they were to visit Menlyn Main, we are joined here by MMC of Economic Development and Spatial Planning, that is Isaac Peterson. Thank you for joining us at DNCA. Now, I'd like my colleague to maybe just pan a bit during the interview to give you a sight of this place called Menlyn, but take us through what to expect as a visitor of Menlyn Main, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning to the listeners. This area we got Times Square, which is here for gambling people who want to gamble, visitors from outside if they want to rent for accommodation. But what is very important is for us as a TC to make sure that we provide transport. Transport is very important, whereby people can move from area to area, visiting our neighboring what you call nodes around the city, like Inukeng, like visiting also Tswaing, making sure that they do have those transport. So to arrange and make sure that all those things they correlate for the city now, we've made a line that goes from city to Hatfield and also to Vulnerable Junction, of which in the future we're planning to expand on that. But all in all is that everything must integrate so that when you're a visitor here, everything you find it in a close range.
I see over here you mentioned some of the key areas, the gambling here at Times Square. We understand there's a Globe Bar as well, and some prominent artists that come through from time to time, international acts, but do get us into more detail maybe onto what to expect.
Yes, so if you remember yesterday we were having Joe Thomas, who was here from overseas as a singer, R&B singer. We are going forward, we've talked with the management of Times Square to say we can have what you call international choirs who can come here and sing, make it an annual event, of which we're having in the city already, just a matter of extending that contract with them. Going forward again is to make sure that the Times Square with areas around Menlyn, they'll be feeding, because we want to link it to township development, to say there's people who are going to develop in the township, then we can have visitors who can have buses that can tour towards a township development, to make sure that economic development is also booming on the level, on the township level. So we are looking at on the, like I said before, on an integrated phase.
And then maybe just take us through some of the accommodation issues. We do understand it's an urban area now, with a lot of people obviously wanting to come and move here. Do we cater enough for your workers, for example?
As a city, we got a lot of buildings that are not being used. So we are going forward of saying most of the buildings that are here, we're going to assist, especially for those people who we know they are not getting enough money to work here and travel back home, to make sure that we create conducive and lower accommodation for them. Not only that, we are going also to make sure that we cater for students. Remember, this city is having 3 universities, of which we got a lot of students who are suffering, especially student accommodation. We said as a city that we're going to make those, especially those buildings that are there, because remember, we're having a problem of invaders. People will invade, people will come and vandalize also the building, also criminal activities. We are saying now to developers come in hand, come and utilize these buildings to make sure that we create accommodation that is healthy, also that is also manageable from the student side.
Well, that is Isaac Peterson, the MMC of Economic Development and Spatial Planning here at the city of Tshwane. I'm sure you saw for yourself how beautiful this place is. And it's still very young. We understand the planning only formally agreed on in 2012, and you can see some skyscrapers are actually going up here. MMC just taking us through some of the transport modes and the integrations expected to join this urban and future city of Menlyn together with the townships.
Very much, Avu Mdila there in the capital and city of Tshwane, of course. Later on, we'll also be focusing on other of those major cities like eThekwini.